You're live.
Oh, hey, you guys, it's Acrylic Painting Monday. And what's exciting about today is all kinds of stuff, but we're going to be taking the stress out of painting. We're going to talk tonight when we paint these witches, these whimsical witches and this stylized painting. I'm going to talk to you guys about painting burnout and how to get over it. Okay, so we were talking about all this and how to do it. This is going to be a fun, very simple lesson. We're going to talk about painting burnout and what you can do. How to get the momentum. Okay,
Get the mojo back.
get your mojo back. Paint the witches and get your mojo back. So right now I'm going to look up at the camera here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to welcome everybody.
Ooh, a wave and everything.
Yeah, this is Queen's Wave. Yeah. And we're going to be doing a drawing tonight for the third quarter, second quarter.
Third quarter.
Okay,
We're drawing for the third quarter.
We're drawing for the third quarter, which actually ended, a month or two ago, but we were traveling. Okay, so we're going to draw that. We have a surprise picture that I'm going to be painting tonight, and we're going to be drawing for it as an extra.
Also, because of the donations that came in on the third quarter,
we have an extra painting that
we
we're
were
drawing
able
for.
to add an extra painting, and we appreciate everybody donating like that. It really helps out.
So let's have fun, and going to be a shout out to all of you who showed up today, and we'll get right to it. And remember, put your questions all in caps, and we'll answer them. Okay?
If they're not in caps, we don't answer.
Well, we might not see them.
We may not see them.
We may not see them. We may not see them.
Okay, the reference isn't there yet, folks. Don't panic. It's coming.
Okay?
Yeah, you're back down.
All right. So now, the canvases are 9 by 12. All right, and it's just got yellow oxide on it, or ochre, and white. And if you hear this drumming sound, if your canvas doesn't do it, it got loose. So you got to spray the back of it with water and then put a hairdryer on it. Even hot water works, but you want a nice tight canvas. Now, because of these little stripy things, we're going to do the background first, and then we're going to trace on the witches. Okay. So this will be really easy, and of course the traceables are going to be available later today at Ginger Cook on demand, and for $1.29. Okay.
Or if you're an orange.
If you're an orange member, of course you get the traceables, and we don't just do the traceables. We give you can download the beautiful picture. We give you like a grid too, don't we, John?
Yeah, absolutely.
You get a lot.
You get black and white, get grids.
We should print that out sometime. Let people know. You don't just get the traceable, you get a bunch of stuff.
You get all kinds of goodies.
That's it. So there we go. Now,
are we going to talk colors?
We're going to talk colors. This is our legacy palette. I'm going to open it up here.
Ooh, I love
it. I was painting something else. I was painting these neat ducks yesterday. But we've got titanium white, Mars black, cad yellow medium, yellow ochre, cadmium, cad red light. That's just Pyrrole red. It's cadmium orange. That's magenta. I'll put some more of that out later. Don't ignore that. That's a purple, but may or may not use it. Phthalo blue and ultramarine blue. So it's a pretty simple palette. And these are one of these. This is almost like paper dolls when we paint this, because I say that because you don't have to dress the little witches up the way I did. But you do have to keep in mind your color wheel and not just have clashy colors, okay? And because then you won't like it. All right, so we'll talk about that. So the first thing we're going to do is try to emulate this wood look, okay? Now, I want this a little bit lighter than it is, so I'll take one of these palette boards out. And listen, in the chat, let's keep the chat as fun as it is to talk about, your new cat and all the things that have happened during the week.
A new cat.
Well, I know someone probably had one or whatever. Let's keep the painting, let's keep the talk to
art focused.
Art focused, because listen, your questions are so important, because someone's going to come along a couple months now, a year from now, these painting tutorials stay up, and your question maybe is, you're going to help someone else learn something. It's not just you. You got to think that there's millions of people out there in the world, and who knows who's going to see this, and it may be your question that I answered that saved that person from having a terrible painting experience. So.
Wow.
Wow, it's a big responsibility.
That is.
Yeah. So I want to just take a little bit of white on my little palette paper, and a tiny bit of black, and a little bit of yellow ochre, and a little bit of cad yellow medium. And let's just, the black kind of just dulls that down a bit. It's a little bit brighter, you see that, than what we had. Okay. I'll even put a little orange in it. There you go. Not to get too tricky with you. Okay. So I like that. So I'm just going to take that, and I think we'll just do a big brush. Could do a smudgy, but I think in this case, I'm going to dampen the brush and then wipe it off, and then we're just going to just kind of do some streaks going down. You can let some of this yellow show through if you want. You keep it kind of thin. It's very light, right? And I think I'll just add a little bit of, let's just take a little more white and yellow and a little bit of black. And let's just gray this out just a bit, just a few streaks. You know what I mean? It's just, you don't want it all just a solid color, okay? And because this isn't moving very much, I'm going to add some more water to the brush. So, any questions, John, that people are asking? We've been away for a while. Somebody's been asking something, right? We still have an echo? Hello? Well, yeah, we're sort of, something's happened to YouTube. You guys probably don't know this, but something has happened to YouTube. And they've gone, everybody on the planet's using AI. If you're not doing it, it's like when everybody got a microwave and used it didn't, right? And then no, I can't have a microwave. I'll do my food in or something. And then you found out you didn't really do your food in. Okay, see how I'm just kind of making it kind of a streaky fence here, right? And so anyway, so of course Google got, it's all into AIs, and of course the first thing they did when they got an AI was they hooked it up to YouTube. And then our little AI guy is running around looking at all the pictures and deciding which video, which there's millions of videos get uploaded every day. The number is astounding, okay? And so what happens is that the reason that used to be if you had so many subscribers or you had something like that, then you could be found, right? But now this is not the case anymore, dear friends. Now you can be found. What's that, John? I don't know what John's doing over there. So now the AI decides if I had 1 subscriber or 200,000, doesn't really matter. It looks at, because we're an educational channel, what problem am I solving for you today? And it I have to solve a problem that they flat out said it. I have to, as an artist, I have to solve, not for everybody, but just at least one person has to have a problem I'm solving. So today we're solving the idea of, a block and also this other stuff, but we're very aware of it. And also, when you guys comment and when you share these videos, that makes a huge difference. And we know that, everybody's got a tight budget these days, and not everybody can always do a donation to the, the scholarship fund or something. But boy, everybody can share a video. Just go up on Facebook and share it with all your friends, and you can't believe that will help people see it. And we appreciate that, because again, besides having to have these problem-solving stuff going on, right? Now, do you see how even though my reference has got this bright yellow, and you could do that, I didn't really like that much. So I might take a little bit of the yellow here and just kind of add some of that color here in a few places. But to me, I just didn't like it. So this is just because an AI designed something, you could do your artistic override. Does that make sense? I know our friend Debbie in In Australia, she overrides it a lot. You know, everybody says, well, I just don't like those colors. I would do something else. And you can do that. So after all, it's your painting. Now, if you set it in for personal art coaching and you did some really interesting colors, I might explain the color wheel and maybe might not have picked those. All right, do you see that? That's kind of the age there, right? Now, before I dry it, I'm going to take a palette knife and I'm going to take a little bit of ultramarine blue and this black color and a little bit of phthalo blue, and let's do some yellow ochre there, okay? Let's see, a little bit of phthalo blue. Okay, see that? Just kind of a blue-gray color, right? And I'm going to take the palette knife, keep it very flat. See, it's just on the flat, right? And I'm going to drag the palette knife, not everywhere, just in a couple places. Keep it real flat. It's mainly up at the top. You don't want to get too much of this, okay? So we're just going to do this old fence looking thing, right? Let's take a little bit of that orange. That's pretty. Do some of that orange up here too. And I might do a little on the sides, but I don't want to get I don't want to get down to where our girls are, our ladies. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do that. Let's see. Where's my white? Did I use all the white up? Any questions, John? Can't believe it. All this time? Surely we have a question. John, are you around? I don't know what happened to John here. We have a sound issue. Well, we've been gone for 3 months.
I'm here, but I am not on live. I can't be here. What?
I don't like that, so I just put. All right, so that's what I got so far, and I'm going to just dry it because I'm not real happy with it. That's all right. I love acrylics because if you're not happy with something, it doesn't matter. We'll dry it, and we're going to do one more thing, okay?
Let's take the pressure off. The only grade here is T for try. If something goes wonky, we'll laugh, learn, and fix it together. Got paint on my shirt, drip on my shoe. Line went left when it should have slid through. No big deal, that's a clue. Not a fail, every little loose is a breadcrumb trail. Breathe in, count to 3, let it dry. Step back, squint, try a glaze or a sky. Every master learned by missing the mark. That's how you light a fire from a spark. Oops is just short for opportunity. The grade I'm giving is T for try. If it goes wonky, we'll laugh, learn, fix it side by side till the colors fly. I'll take as your backstage pass the feedback C. Turning maybe into watch me confidently. Mix got muddy, wipe and renew. Shift the value, warm the hue. Change the brush, soften an edge. Little course corrections, keep the pledge. Breathe in, count to 3, let it dry. Step back, squint, lift the highlights high. Every oops you meet is a secret door. Open it up and you'll paint even more. Oops is just short for opportunity. The grade I'm giving is T for try. If it goes wonky, we'll laugh, learn, fix it side by side till the colors fly. I'll take as your backstage pass the feedback C. opportunity, practice steps. OOPS. Try again, no regrets. Oops is just short for opportunity. Only grade I'm giving is T for try. If it goes wonky, we'll laugh, learn, fix it side by side till the colors fly. I'll package your backstage pass the feedback seat. Turning maybe into watch me confident. Lose today, better tomorrow. Paint your courage, not your sorrow. Grade T for try and try once more.
And you're back.
All right, so this dried and I don't like it. Ever happened to you? Because I realized what I did was I was looking at this color and didn't like it because that's the stupid paper printout. Here's the actual color, which is more of a warm gold color. So, but that's the wonderful thing about acrylics, right? So I'm going to just take a minute and just add some of that color to here. This is so easy to do. So something happens like this, don't panic. There's no water on the brush this time. I'm just going to paint over this like that. I've dried it pretty well. Hope you guys liked our songs. We're trying to do, one of the reasons we're doing the songs, if somebody wanted to know why we're doing the songs, this is just yellow ochre. But I'm going to just go ahead and just leave some of this black showing, but it's not as pronounced, right? Cover over that white, I don't like it. Notice I paint, there you go. There we go. Oh, that's so much better, okay? But you find yourself doing stuff and you don't like it. Just keep, as long as you don't get it too high in texture, you're okay. Okay, just do it again. Because this will all be slightly different. There, okay, so this is better to me now. Okay, feels more Halloween-y. Okay, I guess that's not a word, but so you can see. Can you guys see the difference? So I was thinking I didn't want that color, and of course nobody did. And I kind of like this color, but I was just looking at the wrong reference. So Mrs. Magoo here, you guys remember that old cartoon years ago, where he had it. So what I have to do now, as annoying as this is to just let that dry. So let's start with the drawing, John. Can we do that? For our new, draw a couple paintings. Maybe I'll just, well, let me dry that and I'll get this traced on. Never mind. You guys know that when you're drawing, the hairdryer heats up the paint, and then you can put it on cold, and it should, that will just sort of seal it off. All right, so here's our, we're just going to trace our guys on here, and make sure that we have the right side up to the transfer paper. Everybody knows about that. So one of the things that happens to people is that they get discouraged when they paint because, and it makes perfect sense. Maybe you did something like I did. You started the background, didn't come out, you hated it. And it happens to everybody, okay? I have whole paintings I hate, so you're not the only one. This happens to stuff, right? And a lot of times it's because you have a vision in your mind of what you want to paint. And you painted something, and actually it's not bad, it just wasn't what you were thinking. And because you were thinking something else, you can't allow for maybe what you did was okay. Now think about that. You had it in your mind, You were following a tutorial. Ginger did this. You were going to do just like I did, but you did something else. So it didn't look like Ginger's anymore, or your reference. So rather than stop and say, well, it doesn't, but is there anything redeeming about what I painted? Was this a happy accident? Could it still be good? Most artists will sit there and say, well, it wasn't what I thought, so I hate it. Then someone will come along and say, well, I don't know why you're being that way. It's just real nice, you know? You're going, not nice, not nice. Could be nice. So give yourself a break. That's one of the things for getting your mojo back is give yourself a break. Okay? We have a copier, print machines that copy stuff. See, I'm not even using the right picture. This is how sad this situation is for me. Okay, then you make sure you tape that down. Make a lot of times you know, maybe it wasn't quite what you wanted, but maybe it was. You had a wonderful idea, and your subconscious was somewhere going, yeah, we like this. And sometimes there'll be a painting where, did you know that everybody has their own color palette? Pick, you know, colors that you like. You probably have colors that you wear that you like. Okay? And that's good. Let's see, where am I looking for? I'm looking for something. I had a triangle somewhere, something. God can't hear me anymore. It's like I'm in a room all by myself now. No John. I guess he can hear me. I had a triangle. Oh, here it is. All right. So, all right, let's just see if it works, right? Let's come down here like that. When you're tracing stuff on, do you guys go over it a whole bunch of times, just sort of scribble on that like that? See? Can you see it? Yes. All right, so you notice that I'm doing this. We'll just talk about it. So that's one of the things that happens when you get, you know, you kind of lost your mojo. Is that you started something, and the other thing that happens is you started a painting, again, it didn't come out, or you got busy, or some relatives came by, or somebody showed up at your house, and you didn't get it finished, and now it's sitting there on the easel, and you just don't feel like finishing it. I don't know about you, but years ago, when I would sew, I used to sew. I would get so excited. I'd go to the fabric store and have my pattern, knew exactly what I was going to sew. Everything, exactly what I was going to sew. And then, maybe circumstances happened, and so I had a trunk full of fabric that had lost its mojo. I was no longer inspired to sew it because at the time, maybe it was spring and they was for spring colors, or I don't know what it was, but I no longer wanted to sew it. And sometimes that happens to you too. You've got a painting, maybe you feel obligated to do it. Your sister said, I need this for Christmas. You didn't want to paint it anyway. It's not coming out. You hate it. So rather than paint something fun like this, you say, well, I would, but, you know, my mother gave me this poem. Once the job has just begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great or small, do it well or not at all. And this generation, my generation, was brainwashed with that nonsense. Okay? I mean, we were. You just, and so then, because, or, the other thing that causes you to maybe not want to paint is that you have been looking at that little piece of dust in the floor on the corner by the toilet, or maybe behind it. You swept the bathroom floor, but you have to get down on your hands and knees and get that one. And you just don't feel like doing that, right? So, but you feel like that you've got these obligations to the house, or maybe there was something you should do. And you're not doing that either, mind you. You're actually not doing that. It'd be one thing if you were just doing those things, but you're not. But you feel like you should do them. And why should you allow yourself to have any fun when you have these obligations and you're not doing them? So you do your own guilt trip. Okay? See, I'm always checking to see if if it worked. Oh, it worked. Yeah. So that's another thing. So I was inspired by a recent thing that happened to me. On this travels, I have, some knees that need to be replaced. My knees, but I put it off because John and I want to travel while we can. COVID kind of scared us, and we want to travel. So we save all our shekels and figured out a way to cruise for free most of the time. And we have put off the surgery for my knees. Medicare will pay for it. And, there's about 2 months of rehab on it. Some people, sooner than that, but, basically it's 3 months of rehab. And my studio's upstairs. And so then we have to, figure that we wouldn't be painting for a while, or figure out how we'd film downstairs, or I don't know. There's issues, okay? So, anyway, so now when I can take some medication, it kind of helps, and I get these shots in my knees. But sometimes when I'm sitting down in a chair and I have to get up, I have to think about it, how to get up. And how I get up is I rock a little bit back and forth. I get a little momentum going, count to 3, maybe I count to 3 about 4 or 5 times. Then on a 4th or 5th time, I've got enough momentum mentally and physically to get up, okay? Well, that's what you need to do when you're painting. When you're going to paint something, mentally give yourself some mental momentum. Look at some of your paintings. Kind of imagine what it'd be like in the studio, how much fun you're going to have. Pre-pave this experience before you even open a paint tube or pick up a brush. Get the momentum going, just like rocking out of the chair. All right, how did I do, guys? Did I get all this? Sometimes you have to really push hard. It's very easy to on a board and on a canvas, it's a little bit trickier. Now, there's a debate going on here about whether you want these boards on the fence to go through there or not. We'll draw them in and then we'll see. So I think I've got it. Mostly. I think I can fake the rest of it. All right. All right, so there we go. We've got that drawn in. Okay. Now, when you do this, make sure that your birds, if you put a frame on there, your birds aren't putting the top of their heads on the frame. Again, the traceables are available, gingercookondemand.com, or if you're an Orange member. Now, what's the difference? I mean, why would I want to be an Orange member when I can just pick up a traceable now and again for $1.29? Well, when you're an Orange member, which is $4.95 a month, you have access to all the traceables back to 2020. And when you watch our videos on YouTube videos on our website, you don't have commercials if you're an Orange member. Now, if you're a Art Lounge member, if you're a member of the Art Lounge, you get the traceables with the Art Lounge membership. So those are the places where they're available. All right, so now let's do something kind of that make a lot of sense, right? This is a Posca pen, and I think we would be safe to outline some stuff, don't you think, you guys? I don't want to lose the line of this. That way you can see it too. Posca pens can be found. They're actually acrylic ink. They can be acrylic paint. They can be found on Amazon, but we have a link here for our Amazon store to make it easier to find them. If you buy anything from an Amazon store, how that works is Amazon, if you bought say a $3 pen, we might get 2 cents. But, so it's not really that we make any money on doing that, but it makes it easier for you to find stuff. It doesn't cost you anything more. And 2 cents adds up. It's like the grocery store. You think a 30-cent can of beans isn't much. I guess it's been a while since anybody saw a 30-cent can of beans, but go with me on this, right? So, so it might add up, and it's helpful. And also it makes it easier for you to find stuff. Now, if you have an Amazon Prime account, let's see, let's get this little bird in here. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you get free shipping. So when is it cheaper? If you have to buy like 1 tube of paint, I usually use Amazon, okay? Particularly if I'm buying golden, because there's a glasses keep falling down. But if I have to buy several tubes of paint, I'll probably go to somewhere like Dick Blick's, something like that. I'll look online, see who's got sales, and then sometimes I'll just total everything I'm going to buy, and then I'll go to the next store, and then I'll see what they want for it and try to get the best deal. But Amazon, for the most part, if you have a Prime account, it's a pretty good deal to just if you need to buy 1 tube of paint. Don't you think, John? Oh, I guess you can't hear me. Okay. Nobody can. Well, John thinks so too, right? You can't hear his response, but guess what? He thinks so too. Now, you see how I'm just kind of drawing this in? Does that make sense, you guys? I like the fine point. And one time I bought all these colored ones, right? Never use them. You could probably use them on this, though. But for the most part, I don't use them. I use the black and the white and maybe the gold. Though I did get suckered into buying some new ones when Amazon had a big sale this summer. Okay. This is a triangle. And how you use it is you take the flat edge up here to the top of the canvas. And then then you're having a straight line. See like that? See that? So now we're going to do it over here, like that. And like this. You just keep it level on the top, then you have a straight line. People say I can't draw a straight line. That's why they made rulers. So yeah, actually you can draw a straight line. They're pretty easy to draw. You just do it like that. And then you can do it from the bottom up too, like that. If you just kind of ran out of room on one side. You should make sure that everything's dry here so you don't smear something. Okay. So now we have our witches drawn on. Now the thing is, so anyway, the thing about Halloween, and what you will see is that I know a lot of you like what we did last week on Halloween. I do not and will not I think this does this. Okay. Does like that. So these are all drawn on. Now I can I feel like we can go here. It's not going to take much longer to paint that, right? So anyhow, where was I with this? I don't know. I was saying about something. Halloween. Oh yeah. So you're not going to see any skulls or scary things. We just don't do that. I've never done it. I don't like to scare myself or little kids. I like everything we do, like for holidays like this, to be fun and happy. I think that's really important. So I'm going to just take a small paintbrush, maybe one of these. This is by Silver Company's Bristol on. It's a 3/8 inch brush, and they're an angle, and it's a and they're very nice for just painting stuff in, right? So we know that this is going to be orange right here. So see, I'll just, you can paint right over the line with the Posca pen. You can paint right over it. Oh, so here's a side point I bet you didn't know, though. Did you know if you're drawing a mural on the house, maybe you decided to do something real cute for one of your grandkids and put, some cute figures up on the wall. Don't use pencil, use chalk. And the reason for that is, I'm going to put a little bit of yellow with this and make this a little lighter, is because pencil, if you paint over pencil, it just keeps showing through. It bleeds through. If you don't have like kills or something, it's very hard to get rid of a pencil line. So when it's just a note, just a fun note, as long as I'm thinking about it, when you're painting a mural, don't do that. All right, so let's see. I think we had this is partial. I'll put a little bit of red with this. Here we go. Here's some of that. I'm just going to rinse the brush here. Get this out of the way here so I can see what we're doing. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of gold, a little bit of yellow oxide. Kind of blend those two colors together so it's just not a stripe for her coat. Okay, that was easy. Now I've got some yellow oxide and a little bit of white in yellow. All right, let's do this one. Just paint that in. And then this side I've got a little bit of orange in it. With the down here, it's the purple. So this is kind of two-toned. This will not take you, once you get this silly background in, it's not going to take you long to paint it. And we've got some orange going across here like that. We'll take a little bit of that red color. Do that. It's not enough color. There we go. Notice the brush strokes are going up and down like that and following the curve of the hat. And then this is sort of a dark orange in here, underneath here like that. I always sit there and say, where else can I put this color? I always look for that. Do you guys do that? Where else can I put this color? Okay. So, now here's the thing. If you've had orange on your brush and you go into blues and purples and stuff, you're going to make a tremendous mess. So watch what I'm doing on the paper towel. I'm rinsing the brush and I'm really wiping this off because I don't want to mix colors on this, right? So I think I'm going to just take a little bit of white and a tiny bit of the orange color, a little bit of yellow oxide. I'm going to paint the faces in. If you had buff titanium, that would be a good color to use. Like that. So that's just white and a little bit of the yellow oxide and a little tiny bit of the orange, a little bit of the yellow oxide. It just too much yellow. You don't want them white. You have to have a little bit of, a little bit of skin tone in there. Take a little bit of that light orange with it. So be real careful with this. Make sure that get those faces in. It'll make total sense. Any comments, John? Any questions?
We had a question a while ago, I think we taken care of. How do you paint the edges of a gallery wrap canvas?
I like gallery wrap canvases. The question was, how do you paint the edges of a gallery wrap canvas, right? And I like gallery wrap canvases, and they're the ones with, this is a gallery wrap canvas. This goes spade on the back, but the real big ones have they're about about that wide, okay? And the reason they're nice is you don't have to frame them. And there's two different schools of thought on that. Some people will tape those edges and leave them pristine, okay? I like to take the painting and go all the way around, like it's just painted all the way around. I would paint the gold and everything right around on that. That's how I do it. All right, so everybody's with me on that. Let's take a little bit of this color here and add a few streaks to my scarf here. And a little bit of this color in here like that. That's a little bit lighter right here. Kind of blend that in. All right, and then I've got a little bit of gold paint and a little bit of orange. When I say gold, I mean like the yellow oxide, okay? And let's paint the top of this hat like this. The rim of the hat. Now, anywhere else this could go? I don't see anywhere else, you guys. I don't see anywhere else, okay? So again, when you're doing a light color, okay, this is the other thing. When you're doing a light color, wipe it off on the brush, because you've got a light color, then you go to do a dark color, it's not going to work out that well. I feel like this hat needs to be a bit darker, so I'm going to just take some cad red and paint that a little bit brighter. Give that a second coat. Oh. Okay, and I think I'm going to just do a little bit more color on here like that. Okay. So, all right, so there we go. And then you could be a little bit brighter too. Okay. Now, I've had orange on my brush and light color, and I want to go into this light blue color. You can't have any orange on there or this will go brown on you, okay? So let's take some white paint and phthalo blue, and let's paint the top of her hat. And then I'll take a little ultramarine blue with that and mix a new color. And I'm going to just paint her outfit. I need a little bit more white. Orange and teal are complements. So don't get this too too ultramarine bluey. But in fact, you can put a little yellow with that and warm it up a bit, make it more teal. It's all right if you have some different shades of color on here. Okay. So then where else could we do the blue? Well, we could do the blue here on her hair, like that. And here, like that. Did you put the, John, did you put the air filters on up here? You did? Mm. Now, the inside of her hair, I want it a little bit dark next to her neck. In here, this is a little bit darker. Going around her face like that. Small little stuff, but let's put some streaks in there. All right, so far And again, this is not particularly hard, but you just have got to take your time with this. So, John, I'm going to dry this before I start mixing other colors in here. So, yeah, I need to blow my nose. Can you pause it for a minute? Mute me? Okay.
If you want to give it a try, I'll play the YouTube.
No, it's all right. We'll just put this up here. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So for those who are not aware, right? Let's see. We got these are not here, like for that. Okay. All right. So anybody that in that third quarter period that donated $25, over those 3 months, every time the $25 happened, the donation happened, they got a ticket in the fishbowl, which is our fishbowl. Okay. See those? Okay. And so so as we draw your name, if you're one of those people, as we draw your name, you get the first person gets their pick of which painting. So we got the puppy, we've got the little boat. This is a tutorial of one of the bite size. It's also in our lounge, our art lounge, and on the website for Red and Purple members. Here was our lavender field. This was a YouTube show, and we talked about this one a lot. This was one I know someone's going to really want because it's Frank's Falls, and there's these the way we do these rocks in here with the texture and do these falls is really neat. That is a neat painting. And then we have these birds, these little birds. This is a really sweet painting, and this is a free tutorial on the Art Lounge. And go to theartlounge.com if you want to do this tutorial. It's free, and it's very nice. It'd be good for, I think, for the holidays too. It could be, with the berries and everything. Not everybody has to be a red cardinal. Yes and yes. Okay. And then this is an original painting I was originally going to do for for a tutorial and never did, with the doilies in the book and the tulips. Okay. And then because we got a lot more donations, we've added another painting. And I want to say this is our old fence with the tumbleweeds and everything. And it's really, that's one of the Academy tutorials, also bite size. That's a neat tutorial, but so that's what we're drawing for. And I'm just going to reach in, and I want to thank everybody right away. Thank you for all your contributions, and that keeps the channel going, keeps the lights on, all that stuff, right? So here we go. First number. It ends in 0391. 391. Julie Dodal. All right. She has first picks. Did she have more than one ticket in the fishbowl? Did she have one or two, or what? She just had 2 tickets, right? Wow. All right. So that's Julie's. Let me put that up there. Now Julie will have first pick of all these paintings, which one she wants. Okay. And then the second drawing. Here we go. Here's another drawing. Okay. It's 317. Jules, all right. So, Jules, congratulations. Second pick. All right. Mix these all up here. 267. Andrew, congratulations, Andrew. I hope you're still in the States. All right, so congratulations. Now, we've got one that's at 562. We're going to pick again, okay? 305. Pick again. Boy, it's exciting, you guys. 414.
414. That is going to Marie Bradshaw.
Oh, Rhea, congratulations.
That's picker number 4.
She gets the 4th pick, and we'll let you guys know what number 1 pick, so we'll email you guys.
We will.
You will. John will do it. I won't. Okay, so here we go. 516.
516. Sandy Long.
Sandy Long, congratulations.
That's the 5th one.
That's the 5th one. And how many am I drawing?
You're doing 7.
7. Oh my gosh, you guys. 7.
So good this time.
All right, 407.
407. Pick again.
I know you're all waiting, bated breath here. All right, 357.
357.
Oh, sorry. Let me put my glasses on. 367.
367. Next one is Sally Margina.
Oh, all right, Sally. Congratulations.
That was number 6.
That was number 6.
The last one.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one, you guys. And if I finish that painting tonight, we'll do another one. It's 380.
380. Debbie Middleton.
Debbie Middleton. All right. Wow. All right, so those are the fishbowl. So those are the paintings. Congratulations.
Okay, flop the paintings up there one more time. Let's put them out as best you can. I'll try to show them all at once because they have Julie's online.
All right, so we've got the birds. We've got the tulips.
You know, back it out a little bit.
We've got the fence posts and the weeds. We've got the tulips. We've got Frank's Falls. We've got the lavender field.
Oh, the kitty.
We've got the boat and the dog.
Okay. Julie, and ask Julie if she can get, but she can see them all long enough.
You see that? Okay, got the. You want us to zoom in on anything for you? Got the birds. And got Frank Falls, and this, again, we got the tulips in the book, and then we've got the fence post.
We got it all the way out there, guys.
Does Julie know yet?
Pretty good, Julie. Congratulations. Holy moly, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I love drawing day. So fun.
Yeah, the whole shipping department gets them printed.
These come with certificates of authenticity. It's a big deal. Really, it's a big deal.
Julie, she take it now.
Yeah, you can pick now, Julie. Do you know what it is? Please pick it now, Julie.
And Julie, have one ready. And
Okay. Well, all right. I'm going to put these away and keep going. Julie, we hope you picked one, right? Get these off. The fence post. Oh, that's. Jules, you're up. Julie's got the fence post. All right, so I just thought I would, as long as we're doing this and talking, has everybody figured out? Jules, you know what you want? Which one you want now? Well, I'm carrying on. Okay. All right, so I want a little purple. So I'm going to use magenta and ultramarine blue to make a very nice purple. Okay? It really does. Okay, and I'm going to just come up here like this. This has a little bit of white in it. Yeah, yeah, it's a lovely purple. Dazzling purple is really purple, but there's a little bit of a glare to it, so you almost have to put some matte medium with it so it doesn't glare when you're painting it. Well, when you varnish it, that will stop, but still. All right, so let's do a little bit more of that. This a little bit darker here on the front of this, of the scarf that's going down here, the purple part. Okay. And then we've got a purple one over here, too. Now, when your brush has been sitting in water for a while, and you go to paint with it, it's going to be a lot thinner than if you just, the paint's going to feel thinner because the water's going to thin it out. So some of this may require a couple coats for that very reason, all right? All right, so that's what we got so far. Now let's go with the, a little bit of the, do a little bit more blue with that and do a purple hat. And these angle brushes are perfect for that because you can do so many details pretty easily. All right. And then this is a pretty much ultramarine, this is a little bit of black and ultramarine blue. All right, so it's not, this is kind of a, on this little brim of this hat here like that. It allows you to cut right into the head, neck here. We'll do it over here too. Now this is all dark in here. This is really just kind of black. There's no kind of, it is black, okay? I might have a tiny bit of purple in that, but for the most part, it's because it's left over on my brush. So anyway, I'm gonna put these here like that. Make sure you go all the way off the canvas, all right? And then just going to put her hair in. Now there'll be some blue in this hair. We'll put a little bit of phthalo blue in this as we're painting it. Okay, like that, and here too. See how we just got a little bit of this blue and just kind of streaked it in over the black. Okay. And I'm going to rinse it because every once in a while, paint dries. Did you know that paint dries on your brush? Now, see, look at that big glob of stuff. See, you don't want it, paint's kind of globbing here, so you want to make sure you flatten out your brush and the paint on it so you don't have big globs. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and paint that in.
PJ's got a question.
All right, Paige, BJ, wonderful. What you got?
What do you use the little glass jars in your store for? Easy question.
What do I use the little glass jars in the store for? Well, we thought it was a good idea when we bought them. We really did. Honest to God, we thought that was like brilliant. I have any here I can show you. They just, well, we thought we would put like leftover paint in them. It really was and you can do that. And if we were more organized, we would do that. I mean, it's crazy. We thought we would use these little glass jars a lot. And that you can put paint in them. And the other thing is, see, sometimes when I'm painting, if for instance I'm doing like a glaze or something, I thought, well, if I could put it in a glass jar, I could use the glaze again. This has got to be darker here. Now, kind of cut around that face a little bit, you guys. There you go. Take a little bit of time with this. And let's throw the birds in here too, as long as we're just throwing things in. But you may have started a project like this, and this will not take you a long time to do this, except maybe you're gonna, I know some of you are gonna say, I want her to wear something else, right? Or maybe you want them to wear the football colors of some football team or baseball team or something, right? I mean, that's possible. You might have wanted that, right? And that'd be okay too. But just remember that you've got to think about the complementary colors, purple and orange, purple rather and gold, orange and turquoise. See, it kind of comes together now with the birds, doesn't it? They put the birds in here, doesn't that come together? I'm kind of going over my Posca pen a little bit. I don't have those. So once you do this, these are fun. So, you know, I think Pam said she does a lot of pillows and stuff, and she thought these would be cute pillows. And even just one of these girls would be cute on a bag or something, wouldn't it? All right, now I just want to kind of. Well, they're sort of happy, right? Now I'm going to just rinse the brush again because my black paint's drying on it and reshape it. And here's what I want to do. I want to come along here where the boards are. Go over that. See, that gives it a little bit more of a mystery, you know, just kind of thicken up that line there a little bit. But I haven't decided if I'm going to put that all the way through yet or not. Like that. So if you do this and dry a lot, right, so you kind of dry in between your colors. Do we have any frames, John, for this, like the light ones? So I want to do a little bit of light blue on the top of this bird here like that to indicate feathers. The top of his head.
Billy, got a question for you. There are several different blacks. Which one should I get, or does it matter?
You know what? My daughter, the Archer, did a whole thing on the different blacks. I just used Mars black. But, you know, some are shiny and some are flat. But then if I want something shiny, I can always varnish it. So I think it's really just get a black. But unless you really care, then don't. Yeah, some of them are, yeah. Now I want to do a little bit of light here on the hat here, like that. See that? Right here on the hat. And a little bit more light on the hair, like that. Give it, it's almost gray hair here, kind of a silver blue gray. I'm going to kind of lighten up this outfit right here. This is where the layering comes in. And let's just do a little bit of this on the rim here, like that. Don't forget this part, but putting in the highlights on the hair. It's going to look weird otherwise. All right, so we've got, we're doing pretty good here with that. I'm going to just take a small, sometimes you just need a small detail brush at this point. And so I'll just take a little water on it and go into the black and then just kind of reshape the bird. Maybe you can put some, you know,
I have another question in regards to a perspective type question. It's from PJ. What do you think about making the dry grass bigger as it gets closer to you, the lighthouse angels?
Yeah, it should be a little bit closer to yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. So you can't hear John. So when you're painting grass, if the grass is closer to you, should you make it bigger? And yes, and more detail. Absolutely. You should do that. Then I'm just going to come around here like this. And have the hair just kind of be falling this way on her face. Okay. And it's going to fall on her face this way. So let's come on, brush. Here we go, a little bit like this. It's going to fall this way. See how I'm doing that? Kind of curving that in over her face like that. Connect all these little pieces, right? With that, there you go. Connecting all. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so now here comes the fun part. Let's take some white paint. All right, we just had to put the eyes on. We'll put the black dot in the bird's eye in a minute. This is where smudgy brushes come in. I think I have some somewhere. Where do we put them all? Here we go. So I want some brown on their cheeks. So make sure you have enough paint on the faces. All right. So I'm going to just take some white paint and a little bit of cad red light and some white. All right. And right about where somebody's ear would be, I'm just going to make a circle like that. So it's like a half circle. So a little half circle here, right to the edge of the face. just start here and then just keep making circles like that, right? And let's make this a little bit redder. It's a little bit, this one's a little bit darker. Okay. Okay. And you're going, wow, that looks better already. Yes, yes, and yes. Now let's touch up some of this, some of what we've already painted. This is where you might want to go over your colors with a second coat of paint. I think people forget to do this, and it can be important. I'm just using the smudgy brush here. Probably could have used a smudgy brush for a lot of this. Kind of smudge a little bit of this color on here like that. See that? So this looks like kind of simple, but then you do stuff like that, see? And it just gives you that sort of two-tone effect. Remember when we used to have two-tone cars? I remember when I was a kid, I was in junior high, and we got an Impala, and it was 3 colors. God, remember? 3 colors. And it was beautiful. It was blue, and all these different colors of blue. It was gorgeous. Nowadays, they won't do that. Insurance companies don't want to pay for it. If you get that car in a wreck, they don't want to pay for the, you know, to try to match all those colors, okay? So anyway, but I had that, all right? And I'm going to just take a little bit of this red, and on this side of it, I'm going to just kind of do that. And so anyway, so my babysitter and housekeeper for my sister and I, Elsa, she was asked to pick me up. I asked her to pick me up from school because I had a project and I didn't want to go home on the bus in the rain with it. Because in Seattle, if you want to do anything, it's always raining. Just what it does there, right? I'm going to put a little more yellow ochre out. And so I asked her to pick it up. Pick me up, rather. And she didn't come, and she didn't come, and I mean, you know, I waited forever. Then finally, my dad came and got me, and apparently, Elsa, on the way to pick me up, had gotten in a car wreck and had wrecked this brand new car. We hadn't had it 2 weeks. And yeah, we hadn't had it at all. I hadn't had it very much at all, and she wrecked it. And guess who got in trouble for that? Yeah, because it was my selfishness that caused this car to be ruined. I mean, isn't it interesting how people they need someone to blame, and, you know, then you're the scapegoat. Oh, aren't these guys looking cute, by the way? Okay. I keep playing with the colors here, you guys, when we're talking. You don't mind? I don't know. We've kind of dragged this on too long, haven't we? It's 5:30. It's almost 6:30. Well, we had a drawing today. We haven't seen you guys forever, so we just want to hang out with you. There, okay. Now everything's had a chance to dry. Do you guys remember when you shake these Posca pens up? You got to shake them up, and then you keep the cap on. I've had stuff go spewing clear across the room. Okay. Then you hold the pen down. Can they see me doing that? You just do a pressure. We used to think you pumped it, but you don't. You hold it down. See how you put the little dot at the bottom of the eye? Isn't that clever? Right, like that. Look at that. Isn't that clever? Okay, I got the little feeties on this guy, right? Okay, so now, Here for the eyes, notice that we're going from the side of the head. See that? Notice that we're going from the side of the head, just a little bit above the little circles. We'll do this one. Now what we're doing for the nose is we're just taking one of these little detail brushes, and we're coming right in the center and going straight down like that. Just to kind of even with the bottom of their cheeks. That's all we did with that, right? We didn't put any mouths on them, okay? Now this one gets some little polka dot. Now this is where I think you can let some of your artistic whimsy come out and do your own thing. I'm sort of, deliberately following the let's see, I want to just I'm just following the AI reference, but you could decorate these however you wanted for sure. I want to just use the brush to kind of keep them up. So as we do that, now where's my little smudgy? If you've had orange on the brush, you can't go into purple, okay? Because yellow and purple are complements, and orange, red and yellow makes orange. If you have yellow in the purple, you can't do that because you have to have a clean brush. This is how to have crisp, clean colors when you're doing stuff like this. I want this side a little lighter. All right, so now this is where all your colored Posca pens could come out if you felt like doing it. This would be a place where you could do it. Just make sure you have enough colors. I'm just using ultramarine blue here. Now on the other side, there's a lot more little dots. So the pattern's different over here. And then this is some phthalo blue up here. These are going long ways. Almost like Morse code. Put a little dark line under here like that. Okay. And okay, so it's sort of fun. Now I've got some a little bit of purple up here, and I will just define the top of this band. So just take your time with a little bit, right? There's no rush. These will be fun. You can keep these up. Maybe have this a little bit lighter up here on the top, like that. And let's see, how about some light orange? This didn't show up very well. Do we have any orange up here? Oh yeah, we got some light orange on here. Change the orange up a bit. And I trust that you will just use your imagination to really come up with something even far cooler than this. And we hope you're showing these in our Facebook club because we love to see that, right? And this is just something kind of light, some little light dots. I'm going to just make her neck a little wider here. I'm going to fix it on that side. Okay. Do I have any more light dots? I've got a few up here like that on this hat. Just a couple. I think only the light ones were up here. And we had a little bit of a light edge right here on that. Okay. Come back into the black and come under here like this and get that neck. Sometimes you just have to, clean stuff up a little bit. Okay. And let's see, there was some sort of little marks up in here. Oh, and this little hat, my goodness. I think it's more purple. Now this scarf didn't have anything. All this scarf had, now this is kind of important because you can get it too busy, right? You have to have some areas for your eye to rest a little bit. So this scarf here just had, see, that's not the brush I want. Just had, it's very plain, but there's some light and dark to it. So, not just a, here. So part of the scarf is light and some of it's darker. So play with your colors a little bit on that. So you can put some of that magenta in there and kind of made it sort of nice. Now then we have to decide, do we want the lines to go all the way through? What do you think, John? Do you want these lines to go all the way down through? I kind of don't want them there on the fence. I think I'm
no longer a fence if you don't.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like them anyway. But this is where, well, I like the lines because I think it still says fence if you do a little bit of a light line on it like this. I don't know, you guys, I don't know what,
No line through the witches.
huh?
Pam said no line.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. You know, just no lines through the witches. You could have it coming down, but once the witch is there, you know, you don't really want that.
Dominique seconds that.
I'm just using the flat of my brush to
No line through the witches.
just drag a bit of this dark down here on the fence. And yeah, I just don't think so. You can have it right here because it could come down back behind them, but I don't think that through the witches that does anything for anybody, right? You know, that's just me, but that's what I'm thinking. All right, so what we need you to do, John, is to grab us a frame. And while John's doing that, I want to show you some stuff that's coming up in the Academy. I'm going to just put this up here for a minute. I'm going to finish this tonight, and somebody's going to win this next week that was drawn, you know, that didn't win anything tonight in the fishbowl for the drawing. I will finish that tonight, and we will do a drawing for that next week. So I don't think I have time to do that, but I wanted to do one of those, right? Now, what I'm going to do now is just show you some. I've got some really neat paintings coming up in this winter. I want you to see this fox. Isn't that neat? Look at that in the Academy. Red and purple members. Look at those eyes. Isn't it great? In the snow. And we've got this one here too, which is the Hank's cabin. Uncle thinks so. And it's similar. It's on Orcas Island again. It's another part of our Orcas Island series, which I think you know, being born in the Pacific Northwest, this was really neat. And then this week we've been promising and promising, but some of these paintings take a long time to do, so we don't necessarily anymore do one a week, but we do several a month. And back it up, John. And this painting of this sort of this abstract painting of this bowl and this cliff and everything, it's all done with a palette knife and texture. And it's on a 20 by 20 canvas. And again, this is just something you can look at a long time. What is it? What's the bowl doing there? Why is this rocks? It's all the beautiful colors. It's really it's an abstract, and you've got the realistic bowl, and then you've got all these beautiful colors. The orange, remember I told you about the orange and the turquoise are complements? And so the color-wise, and there's a companion piece to go with that, all right? There absolutely is, all right? So this will be, we will be releasing that this week for our red and purple members in the Academy. So a lot of you have been waiting for this one. Okay. You were looking for the frame, John?
Yeah. Okay, we're going to do a test.
Yes?
Now we're going to do a test. I'm going to mute your mic, and I want you to sit there and talk loudly to see if there's another mic in here that I can't find.
All right.
Let them know that.
Okay. All right, we're doing a test now, okay? We're doing a test. We're going to see if there's another, John's going to mute me, and then we're going to see if there's another mic in here that's causing the problem with the sound. So, all right, so I'm going to keep talking. Now, our gallery wrap friends, right, that asked about this, all right? What you can do.
No, okay, don't give real information.
Oh, okay. No.
All right, we're muting her.
She's muting me, right?
Okay, you're muted. Now just talk this blah, 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 blah.
All right.
Can anyone hear me?
Hello? I'm talking.
Talking. What is it, number 12, and you want a colorful?
I think colorful one, don't you think?
No, I don't.
What do you got? Black? Got a black one? That'd be nice.
Yeah, what number 12s are. I have this black one.
Okay. Just lightening that up right there.
Hello?
Hello?
Anybody there? Hello? Oh, that looks good now.
Oh, this is great.
Wait, so I'm going to put you back now. All right, here we come back.
All right, we're back. All right.
Push the button.
We're back. Yes?
Okay, now we're back.
We're back. Come on, is this neat or what, right? Is this in our what?
Charlie says we're still 15 years off. Now, James says we can't hear you, but Charlie says he can hear us.
So strange. Well, all right. This, I think we got this frame. Where we got this frame at Jerry's, probably Artarama. But I think you could just paint the sides of this canvas black, the sides, and it would look really good too. But this is way. Come on, you guys. Isn't this way cool? So so what did we learn tonight? That if we're besides how to paint this, we learned that if we're going to start getting some momentum before we ever start to paint. We're going to think about how fun it is painting paintings we've done in the past. We're going to consider momentum and kind of pre-paving before we ever pick up the paintbrush. We hope you liked our songs. Check out, we have a whole playlist. So some of you have never heard all these songs John and I wrote when we were on, traveling. And they're neat, and they're all about art and artist songs. And so be sure to give that a like. And there's a new thing on YouTube called a hype, right? A hype. And you can only do a hype the first week of videos up. So now we're asking you, besides thumbs up and all these other stupid things that YouTube's got going, and now we've got to appease the AI and give us a hype, please. Yes, a hype, a hype, a hype. A hype, yes and yes. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna just yeah, so remember you've got take your Posca pen and clean stuff up. And where would you sign something like this? Because everything's so busy. And that's why it's put it in the frame. I think I would sign it right here on her hair. I'll just sign it right there on her hair. And I'm going to give this beak a little bit of a you can always just do that, right? There, okay. So it's good, look, this is a, here's our girls, right? What do you think? Did we kind of nail it here for you? Show you how to do it, and again, allow you some wonderful freedom to do something you think would be fun to do with this. Just keep in mind your complementary colors when you paint something like this. Well, thank you all for coming. And what? All right. No. I think my bird's got a double chin. Oh no. John's going to play with the mic. As long as you guys are hanging out there with us. John's going to... Am I echoing now? John did something else. Am I echoing now? How about now? Am I echoing now? I got to get rid of the double chin here. I'm going to get rid of the double chin. Am I echoing now? That's better. Anybody? Are we echoing now? Is it now? Is it now? Well, phooey. We don't know how it could be happening, right? We don't know. Okay, I'm going to just get another coat on that. There you go. You can always put a little purple in that black. It adds a little bit to it. Doesn't hurt. Okay. Makes that black a little bit richer when you do that. And let's get some more black on their hair right there. All right, I think we nailed it. I think if you like this kind of painting, leave a comment below. Always, your comments mean so much to us. So I'm always interested in what you guys think. And before I go, I was going to show you some neat stuff we're doing on YouTube. I'll just show you one, and I'll show you some more next week. Check this out. This will be coming up for Christmas. You want to get a 12 by 12 canvas. That will be coming up on YouTube soon. isn't that just cute as can be? So just, and that's a, you know, that's a, you get these canvases at Jerry's 12 by 12. Not Amazon, sorry, Amazon. I lied. Amazon. All right, so had to show you that. I'm gonna say goodnight. Love you guys. Thanks for coming. Thumbs up, subscribe, share. Thanks, mods.
Bye, everyone. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. John says goodbye.